rock out. What's with the song?
What's with the song? Well, I thought this year would change it up a little. I was told, that's 2 words from a speech. That's it. And really, what's about is...
What is it about?
We're about
Your speech,
back to school.
Oh, back to school. Are you back at school?
I'm always at school every day, always learning.
Well, I really loved your words last year. They stuck with me. Last year it was about diversity and equality and inclusivity. So what do you got for us this year?
So this year's a little bit interesting and changed it up a little. So those that have been to all the events, I think maybe 5 years ago I spoke about RURK and wellbeing, and that was something quite close to my heart. One of my family members was struggling with depression, so I thought it was appropriate to call it out. And then after COVID, the messaging was around upskilling the industry, training the industry, making sure we keep ahead of the curve. And obviously last year you just said that what they're about. So about a month ago, the industry came to me and said, Steve, we'd like you to put together a assignment, a report on how we're going in these areas and give you feedback. So it's a 10,000 word essay and a small little video compilation. I'm thinking, I'll do it, but really I don't have the time, and I'm not an expert in that area. I'm just delivering what I hear. So what I've done is reached out to some of the peers in the room, and instead of me sitting here tonight reading off a speech, if you cast your eyes to the screen, you can get some feedback from your peers and how we've gone on this assignment, and I'll give you the result at the end of the video. So look up to the screen and hopefully take it all in.
There's been a huge change over the 30 years that I've been working in this industry. There really was no care for people who needed the help.
As an employer, you're taking such a large part of someone's time that I think it's your duty to make sure that they are as well as they can be. And I think mental health is a big part of that.
The culture in the crew has actually significantly improved. They actually feel like a family business rather than a number in a stack, really. Some people come back and go, look, at the end of the day, I'm part of a family, I'm not part of a cog in a machine.
COVID was a big thing. In a short period of time, a lot of changes occurred and we're probably scrambling to keep up a bit.
All my guys know that if they want to talk to someone, like professionally, they can just let me know and I'll organise that for them.
We've since moved to a 4-day work week, which has really seen some massive changes in the crew, how their day-to-day running is, and just the general happiness on site.
And further to that is just personal check-ins. I had a situation the other day with one of my apprentices. He's struggling because of the rental market and can't find a place. So we've stepped up a little personal agreement on the side there to assist him with extra pay, just so he doesn't end up going back home, because he's not from Perth, up north to his family, where basically he was staring down the barrel of having to do that as an option.
Everybody knows what a mosh pit is. There's actually rules and etiquette that you need to follow in a mosh pit. Number 1 is you look after each other. Number 2 is if you're not there to mosh, you leave. Number 3 is the most covenant of all. If somebody falls down, you pick them up. And that is exactly what this industry has done for me, and that's why I love my job.
The team come back to you going, oh, I have not done, say, fibre cable, or I've not done, big mains pulls. So you're looking at ways through learnt experiences on site that really prove the training and expectations of the team.
The guys will approach me if there's something that they want to do. I think it's important that we stay as relevant as we can in the space that we're in. And again, if there's something that they want to learn that's outside of what we do, I would rather that they still learn it within our company and stay in our company.
What I've said to the guys is once a month we're going to have a half-day training day on the Friday.
Getting people in front of new products, giving them a chance to install it, play with these things. It's a matter of train, retain. We want to give them an opportunity. We want to make life at work a bit more interesting for everyone, I suppose. Yeah.
Especially with this COVID boom, there's that much work going on. We're unable to grow because of the skills shortage in the way that we probably originally would have liked to have grown. And this has really sort of led us back to where are the opportunities at, and where is our money best spent.
There's a lot of technologies we come across in a day-to-day business, so trying to keep ahead of the curve, you're looking at industry trade shows, working collectively together.
Formal qualifications are fantastic, but Industry experience is gold.
As long as someone's willing and keen to learn, want to grow with us and have their safety and the guys' safety around them as the foremost, the most important thing on the job, and that's all we care about.
Getting different people into our industry I think is really important too. It's really changed the construction industry over the last 5 to 10 years, which is a positive.
Further to that, our Aboriginal upskilling program, there's still a long way to go for, education around that, and I think that every company should be investing in cultural awareness training for that very reason. We've also got a lot of immigration. This year's a record 400,000 people approved on a federal level coming to Australia. We're going to again see an increase in international people getting into the electrical industry.
Everyone's inclusive, you come into work, everyone wants to have a yarn. We've got a range of women and men, definitely more men, as we have that history behind us of where being a tradie is definitely portrayed as a blokey job.
It's construction, it's getting your hands dirty. I've tried to talk my own daughter into maybe having a go at an apprenticeship, and she's just like, no, I can't even think about doing that. But the opportunities are great out there.
So I've got 2 little people in my life, and since having them I've sort of changed my perspective on things, and now I think maybe actually it's at a smaller age that we need to sort of encourage the females into the industry.
In the 90s there was a TV show called The X-Files, and there was a character on this show, Dana Scully. During the airing of this show there was a sudden influx of women wanting to get into this sector, and that was purely by just this fictional character showing that it was an option.
When I recently found out that we're at 2%, I was shocked, and honestly it made me wake up and realise that people can't be what they can't see, and that people like me who've been in the industry a long time need to get out there, show ourselves, and let the girls of tomorrow and the young immigrants of tomorrow know that there's a place in trades for you, and that it's fun, and that you can take your dog to work and you can listen to music while you're working, and you meet lots of good people, and the money's great. So there's no downside. Why not try a trade?
Steve, I feel like you really committed yourself to that assignment. Did you get a mark?
Well, honestly, I didn't do too much. I just asked a question. So big thank you to the people that did the input to the assignment, and obviously we really want to know how we went. So we were very lucky that we had a doctor and a professor review the assignment. So the Dr. Bob Hathley and Professor John Sweeting read the 10,000 word essay and gave us our feedback. So this is how the judges marked our scores. In the areas around well-being in the industry, we actually got an A+. So well done everybody, A+. Areas around upskilling, training and knowledge, we got an A. So well done. Around diversity, equity and inclusiveness, we got a B, and the feedback from the judges there was, look, don't be so hard on yourself. We're aware of what we need to do, and this will take a while for this to happen. So overall, we scored an A. So well done everybody. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely night. On behalf of Schneider, I wish all the best to the Apprentice Awards coming up and all the nominees for the awards coming up. Thank you.